Alright, so we have Yamanai here with us, and he's going to be teaching us about the Shinobi. So, take it away.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, so the most common thing that you'll see is just kind of light. So if you land that first light, the second one's confirmed, as long as you hit from the same side. But if you do a light and then follow it up with a light on another side, it does a slightly more damage, but it's not confirmed. And a lot of people won't see that coming. Um, Another thing is heavy. You can do one heavy or one heavy, two heavy. And then if you land that, you can follow it up with a sickle rain, which we'll talk about, I guess, later. Another thing you can do is just heavy into confirmed light again, like it was before, with the light. Now with sickle rain, landing two heavies will bring them down to their knees, and then you can just like the Peacekeeper after guard break, you just kind of have to time it right, but you get those three bleed stabs.
Now, what do you press to get
Um,
the bleed stabs?
oh, those are lights. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, so you hit the two heavies, you bring them down, and then it's light. But you got to get the timing perfect or near perfect. You can't just button mash it, or it'll just end up doing something like this. Yeah, and it won't work as well. Um, Another thing that's exclusive to Shinobi is this double dash. You can do this from any direction except from the back. So you can't, or sorry, you can't. Wait, did they change that? I don't. Whatever. So you got the double
Mm.
dashes, and then so pretty evasive thing, but you can get caught in a guard break really easily if you kind of dash a lot. That's what a lot of Shinobis will get caught doing. Um, yeah, super easy to get punished. So like a lot of the bad Shinobis you'll see will just kind of dash all the time because they have a really small health pool. Obviously, they don't want to get hit a lot. Generally, they'll just kind of try to get away, and that's kind of my preferred way of kind of countering cowardly Shinobis is just guard breaking. But anyway, so out of that double dash, you can follow it up with a kick. And that does quite a bit of stamina damage as well as being able to follow it up with a guaranteed heavy. You can't block that. Um, Now, as far as I know, unless they patched it in the last couple weeks, is this punishable yet?
If you attack it before it starts up, you can stop the kick.
Oh, that was weird. Okay.
Yeah, it has to be like as they're starting it
But
up. If they've already started it,
does
you
it
can't stop it.
does it hit it out of it, or does it just do that hyper armor stuff?
It hits them out of it. They can't do the kick. It's just I'm not
Oh,
doing
okay.
that stuff. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, that might have been it. Yeah. All right. So anyway, there's that. What else? Let's see. Is that all for the combos? Or the basic stuff anyway? Oh, right. So you have the ranged, his little ranged move set, pretty limited. If you hold the right trigger, it brings out this spinny wheel thing. And you can either just point in a direction and just release it, and it'll result in a long range hit. Does about a bar damage or so. You can also, instead of just releasing it, you press X, and it's a ranged guard break. Which from there, we'll cover it a little bit later. You can follow it up with a free heavy into sickle rain. But anyway, um, now if you get parried if you get parried, I'm gonna hit from the left. If you get parried with a ranged hit,
Not
then
my,
it puts you off
that's my
balance.
right.
Oh, my left, sorry. And you get parried, you get knocked out of yeah, you get knocked down, and they can follow it up with a punish. And then that will generally leave you out of stamina, so you're kind of screwed as a Shinobi. You can't double dash when you're out of stamina or anything like that. And if they tech the guard break, then it's the same thing. You get knocked down, you get punished. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of Shinobis will just kind of like linger back here and just kind of try to pick you off of these range things. And if you're kind of new to the game, or like that can get you, but honestly, usually it doesn't really work very well unless you're not very good at the game. But I would not suggest kind of spamming these things. Um, should we get on to like, what should we go on to next?
Guard break. What do you get if you get a successful guard break on somebody?
Okay, sure. So guard break, the guard break, the main punish is just heavy into confirm second light, as long as you're attacking from a second direction. As far as I know, there's no extra punish if you wall splat them. Is that right? Do you know anything else or anything besides what I know? I think this is. I think that's all. I think that's the best you can get, regardless
That's max
of their
damage.
positioning.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, because like with the Lawbringer, for example, if you wall splat him, you can if you get a heavy, like a side heavy, just like it's more damage if you get it off a wall splat because it's the first hit in the combo. But that's not the case with Shinobi. It's just the same damage. So basically, if you get a guard break, you just always want a heavy light. Now off of a heavy parry, it's kind of the same thing. You just want a guard break.
All right, I'll throw it from the top.
Sure. You just want a guard break followed up with heavy light. And then also one thing I neglected to cover is that after most combos, you can just press A to kind of get to flip back, get out of danger zone. I think you can do it with. Oops. I think you can do it with heavy light too. Yeah. Most things you can do that with. Now, okay, so with a light parry, excuse me, you can get a ranged guard break. It's kind of tricky to get the timing down, but once you do, it's honestly muscle memory. It's not hard. So just hit me with a side light. Oh, my bad. Okay. My bad, okay. So you can get a ranged guard break from that, and then go into sickle rain, and that is your most damaging punish that you can pull off as a Shinobi. And I guess not a lot of people know about it, but yeah, like I said, the timing just kind of strange. So throw it at me again. So after you do it, you just hold the right trigger for just like a split second, and then you can kind of spam X if you want to, and it'll just come out as a ranged guard break, and they can't tech that, so that's free. Yeah, you can just get a sickle rain off of that, and does quite a bit of damage. And that's kind of what I look for, because it's also super satisfying to get off when you can do it. So now I believe out of stamina punish also you can't really get anything special. It's just heavy light, so pretty simple as far as. Oops.
Sorry.
Pretty simple as far as punishes go. No, you're good. So like for example, if I guard break you, there's nothing, as far as I know anyway, there's nothing else you can really get from that except for heavy light, and just kind of dash away. Now, for the kick, a lot of Shinobis that you see, they'll just kind of be spamming this kick because it's pretty safe, relatively to other characters, and you get that free heavy, and it's super annoying. So after the kick, you get the heavy. You can actually press A to dash in at them, and you can fall. Or wait, did I get that wrong? Or no, I'm sorry. Hold up. I haven't played this in a few weeks.
After you do a heavy attack, you
okay,
can roll towards your opponent.
Yeah, I did that a second ago, and it didn't do it. It rolled me back. Anyway, the kick heavy, and then you can dash into him, and you can follow that up with either another kick by pressing X. And that does a lot. As you can see, it took him down to almost no stamina.
Yeah, if I'm really moving or doing anything, it's going to drain it out.
Yep. So that's kind of a central thing with these two DLC characters, is that they do a lot of stamina damage. That's kind of what like a strategy that you can play on if you want to. The kick, and then now as far as his kick mix-up, which is what a lot of people hate, and they kind of fixed it a little bit, but it's still doable. So most people will try to dodge your kick, right, to avoid it entirely. So the mix-up will be guard breaking, and rather than the kick. Now you used to just be able to go into the guard break like right after dashing out, but now they delayed that. So yeah, it's a little bit delayed, but you can still like 9 times out of 10 catch someone doing it. Oops. Even though it's like so delayed.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't tech that, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I caught me dashing on that one.
Yeah, so like that 50-50 is still there, kind of cheesy, and that's what you see a lot of Shinobis doing. Like my particular play style is just to play like any other character, which might be kind of dumb, which is to just kind of stay in your face and honestly light spam a little bit, but not too much. Oops,
Players out of sync
out of
And we're
sync,
back.
dude.
in a custom.
What else is there? Another thing, after you do that heavy and you dash into him, instead of a kick, you can just go into like a light or a heavy. I don't know how often. I don't really do that very often. But I don't know how often that'll actually land if you try it. Oh, see? Oh, that's because I kicked. You can come out of that with the heavy, and if they dash, like if you get them just right, it'll hit them because while they're dashing, they can't change their stance.
Yeah.
And so every once in a while that I catch them, but I don't really rely on that too much, really, if ever. Is there anything else? Let me see here.
Alright, there's a couple of things that you haven't mentioned yet.
Uh-huh.
Well, when you get a parry, there are some characters such as Kensei or Nobushi,
Oh,
which
that's
you
right.
cannot, yeah, you cannot guard break them after you do the parry. So if you
Right,
want to
right.
just mention the other option.
Yeah, so like you were saying with characters that are like classified as long range, such as, you know, the Kensei Lawbringer, the things he mentioned. If you parry a heavy, usually, this is not always the case, but usually you won't be able to really get a guard break. So let me get to kind of like max distance. Oops, my bad. And I try to guard break, see that's just gonna whiff. Now I believe with Shinobi, hit me with another one. Okay, yeah. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe what you want to do is just light. I think that's all you might be able to get out of it. Oops. Let's mess that up again, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
can
believe that's
unblock it.
all you can get from it. Is that wrong,
Mhm.
Seraph, or
That
does
is
that sound right?
that is a good option, but of course you still got another option. When you do parry heavy attack, you can also like press the light attack right as you're parrying, and you're gonna do a little bleed poke, which is really good because,
Oh,
well,
that's
of
right.
course you're applying bleed, and you can just like starting to mix it up later. So yeah, throw a heavy attack at me, please.
Yeah, sorry about that. I totally forgot about that part.
As you can see, well, since we're in a custom game right now, we are doing no damage, but you're gonna apply like at least like 1 bar or like half a bar of bleed damage. So yeah, you can do that. That is a good option against characters who you cannot guard break after you parry one of their heavies. Now, well, yeah, that is basically it. That's a good option for that. Now, another little thing that we forgot to mention is that Shinobi also has a running sweep thingy move that he can do exactly like that. When you're running, you can just hold X and you're gonna do that little sweep move, which is gonna put your enemy on the ground. And after that, you get a confirmed light attack. Now, the second light attack is not confirmed. You can actually sidestep through that, but nobody ever sidestepped through that. So you can get 2 light attacks in just like that. Yep. And so yeah, you can also do like a sort of like a 50-50 game with Shinobi. So you want to just like starting like running away, and when you're running towards them, they don't know if you're gonna do the sweep, or you could also just do like a guard break if they try to like sidestep to punish your sweep. So I can just like run, do this, or I could just like run, and if they try to like sidestep through that, I can just guard break them. So that's sort of like a little thingy Shinobi has that you can also use to play with him. Hmm.
Also, that
Now,
one move
go ahead.
where Shinobi can like go through your legs and come out the other side as you're attacking. How do you do that?
Oh, okay, so that's a deflect. All the other assassin classes have that as well. Shinobi personally is my favorite. It might not, be the best in, in practice, but it looks super cool. So basically, what the deflect, if you don't know, is if you dodge at the perfect time, like as opposed to parry, for example, if you dodge at the perfect time while their attack is incoming, then you'll in that direction, then you'll go between their legs and just kind of like in a cloud of smoke, and then hit them with a bleed attack right after. So we'll go ahead and try that out right now. Hit me with a top heavy.
Say top heavy. Okay.
Yeah, and you'll do that, and it does about a bar bleed damage, I want to say. Now you can also follow that up with a confirmed light attack. So go ahead one more time. So that's
Oh,
confirmed
nice.
right there. That'll do about a bar and a half. The other thing you can do is press X to do a kick after that to do a little bit more stamina damage. So go ahead. Now from there you can kind of, if that catches them off guard, because honestly not a lot of Shinobis really go for it, let alone actually get it off. So what you can do from there, it's not confirmed or anything, but it's something I like to do, and about 50% of the time or so it'll land. Is after you do the kick, you can press X again to get a ranged guard break, and like I said, a lot of times that'll land. It's kind of risky, but it's one of my favorite things to do. So go ahead. And then land that, go into a sickle rain like we talked about before. I don't know. It's really flashy, and it's one of the reasons I really like Shinobi. Now another thing. So that's a deflect, but so another thing about Shinobi is his zone attack. So that it's a 3-hit combo. And the first two hits are really quick, right? So you might be tempted to use it a lot. Because they're really quick, but they don't do a whole lot of damage. Now you can't cancel it like a lot of other characters' zones. So that third attack is often going to be parried, right? So it's really dangerous to do. But also, if they do parry that third hit, it counts as a long-ranged parry. So they generally won't be able to guard break you from it. So go ahead and try it.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, I guess unless
Well,
you're a
Kensei has
in which
a,
case you can just dash
has
forward
a
into
double
me.
dash. Well, yeah, the dash deck.
Actually, let me see if I can tech that.
Crap, I missed again.
Yeah, no, it's kind of tricky. Got a weird timing to it. Nope, I can't tech that. Interesting. But yeah, most characters like Kensei and Raider have that
Yeah,
that property.
the bound
In most
guards.
cases, they won't be able to get a guard break off of that. It'll just kind of whiff just like that, and then you can counter that with a guard break just like he did. Now, assuming you're not spamming that a lot, that can kind of catch them pretty often. So they'll just try to, like, as muscle memory, they'll just kind of try to guard break out of that, and in which case, you get a counter guard break, for lack of a better word, I guess. So yeah,
We
just
can
try not to
even
use
test
it
that
too
with
often, or
our.
they'll get used to it. Oh,
We
yeah,
can
do
test that
So
with our
Centurion.
Centurion friend right here.
You around quest? Okay. Just parry my zone.
Start.
And try to
then
guard break
try
him
to
after
guard
it.
break me out of it.
Wait,
Oh.
that what happens.
Yeah, don't do it right after, just kind of like... Then that'll come out. What an unfortunate couple of characters to be doing this with. Yeah, see, it'll whiff just like that. You can follow it up
Do
with
you
your own
play
guard break.
RuneScape by chance?
What?
You play RuneScape?
So.
You talking to me?
Yep.
Yes,
That's,
I'm talking to you, Yamanai.
That's pretty
So,
much everything
yeah.
you need to know for Shinobi. Or is
Sweet.
there anything else you would like to add, Yamanai?
We went over... Let's see. We went over
Alright,
parries,
so
parry
let's
punches,
just do a
and
quick
everything. We're
recap. So Shinobi has really fast light attacks. After any attack, if you double tap the if you press the light attack button, you get a confirmed light attack. So you can do heavy and light, or you can do light and light.
Okay, I
After
will
pretty much
throw one
any
thing in
attack.
there.
Mhm.
Sorry to interrupt, but I will throw
Go-
one thing in
Go
there,
ahead.
and it's kind of a problem that Orochi has too with his top lights. Let's say you whiff your first light. You want to try not to just mash it. You know what I mean? You want to react to the fact that you hit them or not. So like for example, if I whiff this first one, and then if I'm mashing, it'll just go for that second one. You know, and then a decent player will see that and will be looking for that, and he's gonna parry that second light.
Hmm.
You know, so you want to try not to just be mashing the light to do that. You know, you want to react. You want to set yourself up to react to whether or not you hit them or not, because that's pretty dangerous. Same as the heavy. So anyway, that's just what I want to throw in there.
Okay.
So basically, you want to play with Shinobi. The way you want to play with Shinobi is get in and get out. So just when you're right in their faces, just try to do your light attacks and then press A to back out and gain some distance. And after that, you can mix it up with your double sidestep thingies or like pretty much anything. Remember that after any attack you do, if you press A, you can back out. You can do this little backflip, and after the backflip, you can just follow it up with a heavy attack or with a guard break. So yeah, that's really good. Also remember, like after the heavy attack, you can do the little roll thingy, and you got several options after that, after the heavy attack. So you roll towards them, and you can do your heavy and go into the sickle rain thingy. You could also just do the heavy, cancel it into a guard break if they try to sidestep through that, and you can also just do the little kick thingy he has for oh sorry, the little kick he has to do more stamina damage, just like that. And after, even after that kick, you can throw another range guard break or heavy. And yeah, well, that's pretty much it. You can also do the kick and press A. Basically, after any move you do, if you press A, you're gonna do a backflip to just gain some distance between you and your opponent. So the way you want to play with Shinobi is just get in and get out. Do as much damage as you can and then get out of there. You, as a Shinobi, you are very squishy. You got 3 bars of health and a half, so you can potentially be killed with 2 attacks. A Raider can do a side heavy and he's unblockable and you're dead, so you want to play I guess the last thing, the very last thing we should talk about is the stamina Shinobi has. So Shinobi has sort of like a slow stamina regen, and if you do a deflect and you run out of stamina because of that deflect, it's gonna take a lot of time to recover. I'm gonna show you right here. So do an attack. Oh, sorry. Oh, go again. Oh, well, I messed that up.
He'll wait for it to come back.
But basically, well, if you do a deflect and you run out of stamina because of that deflect,
Crap.
I messed up again. Yeah, we're gonna have to edit this part out.
Pop, 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 pop.
Bloopers.
God dang it.
I'm just gonna keep doing the deflect. All right, go. Just attack like crazy.
Let's see, how much stamina does that do?
I'll do
How much
tops.
does that take to deflect?
I'll say, you taking my stamina.
Yeah.
So just look at how long it takes for my stamina to regen.
Yeah, it flashed for a while.
So yeah, basically, if you do a deflect and you run out of stamina because of that, just be wary of that.
Another thing I'll say is that as far as like the practicality of deflects versus parries, just like every other Assassin's class, is, in my opinion, it's not super efficient to go for deflects other than parries because number one, this heavy light combo will do about 1.5 bars to 2 bars of damage by itself, whereas a deflect would just do about maybe that much, a little bit less, I believe, than like when it actually lands, combined with the confirmed light you get after the deflect. But also, in my opinion, it's not as safe as just going for a parry because, like, in the state of the game now, going for parries and just and canceling them are just super safe. Now, if you're going for deflects, or rather, if you see your opponent is going for deflects, you can just bait that. So, like, you can just feint the hit, and then they're gonna dash in that direction, and you can catch that with a guard break. And that's one of the things I do with, yeah, just like that. That's one of the things I do with when I'm going against the people who are trying to deflect a lot. Just not as safe, in my opinion. I'd rather go for parries, unless you're going for that style factor, I guess. Because it does look
Definitely.
really cool to get off a deflect. But yeah.
Oh, that's about it for Shinobi.
Sweet. Thank you, Seraph of Hope, and thank you, Yamani?
Yamanai.
Yamanai. There you go.
Yamanai.
And Quest 7. And this chicken over here had quit chicken.
Goddamn chicken.
Ah! Bad chicken. No! Stop it! Yeah, gank! No!
Don't you dare gank a
Gank.
Shinobi.
Gank.
It's so spooky.
Gank! Mine, mine, mine,
Mine.
mine, 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 mine.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Yes! We win! Y'all suck.
You should
Shinobi.
edit my voice